What's good, everybody? Welcome to Life on Beagle Road. Today I just want to get a few things done to kind of, get things done. We're just gonna get in here, take care of some of our stuff. I'm betting Courtney really wants me to get that gate done. I have all the stuff I need to do to make it, just hasn't been on the list of things to get done currently. I guess I've just got a lot on that list. The weather's been a little tricky lately, so we've had some freezing temperatures come up. Not necessarily freezing, but like 36, which is dangerously close to being a bit too cold to not put plastic over top of the seedlings that we planted. So that's what we've been doing for the last couple nights. So I'm gonna take the plastic off and let them get some air and sun and whatever else. I could leave the plastic on there. I mean, technically they're getting light, but I'd also like to get them some of this rain so that way I don't have to water them either. Take care of that. My soil sifter here is actually doing double duty. I can put it on top, put a piece of plastic over it, and we're actually pretty good. This one here is like an old garden tunnel that all the plastic pieces broke, all the metal and plastic pieces. The metal didn't break, the plastic did. So we've been just reusing the plastic, and then this was the old plastic that was on that. So I just kind of put that on top. I think what I want to do is make some arches that we can actually put the plastic on over top, make some sandbags, set the plastic down so the plastic doesn't blow away. That would actually help. And then all we have to do is just take the plastic over, set it on the other side, and everything will be good. But haven't quite got to that point. Again, things on the list, folks, things on the list. It really wasn't something I was preparing for, but it's got to be done. Anyway, let's get to it. All right, why are you under there? Get out of the flower bed, cat. You can't be in there. Out. Out. No cats in the flower bed. Oh my goodness. Did you guys see that? This cat was taking a nap in the flower bed. You have a home. You need to go there. That's what the barn is for. Ay, ay, ay. Ever since our other barn cat had babies, this one got kicked out of the barn and has been finding other places to live. She was in the buck barn, and I don't know why she won't go back. Now she just keeps sleeping in the garden. She likes the greenhouse, so if I open the greenhouse, she'll go in there. Come on, girl. Hey, come on, let's go in there. You can take a nap in there. Come here, baby. Come on. No? All right, we'll open that up for her. She kind of made herself a bed over here. She's been sleeping in this dry sink that has a fabric pot in it. Anybody else's cat kind of just do what they want? Ay, ay, ay. Feel bad for her that she doesn't have a home, but it is what it is. She will find her way to it. Oh, you need me to move that? I'll move it. Come on. There you go. Go ahead. Go in there. There she goes. And then she'll just... You gonna nap in here then? Huh? Are you gonna nap somewhere in here? Stay out of the garden beds. Got it? I know, you don't care. Cute though. While we're out here, let's just take a look to see how things are going. We'll start with these pole beans. Courtney planted these pole beans in here. This isn't the ideal spot for it, because now I gotta put some funky trellis that's gonna come up. And the whole idea was that we put an arch and they come this way, but I told her not to, because then it's on this fence. If she lets anything out, things eat off this side. And I wanted to go like from one side to the other, or from like here over to the next one, but they're here now, so I'll make an arch here, I guess. Just a funky one. We have 2 that didn't quite make it. One got eaten. One also got eaten. But the rest of them are looking pretty decent. We've got some kohlrabi growing. Looks pretty good. I forget what this is. Courtney knows. There's no label over here. We got Kentucky whole beans labeled there. Kohlrabi label there. Don't really know what the other one is. Over here we have more beans. These are bush beans and some other stuff. Let's see if there's any labels. Probably not. Courtney must be anti-label. I got her some labels for Mother's Day. I'm hoping that she uses them. They look pretty decent. That one looks really good. These are like what, Zuri bush beans or something like that. We've got some, what are those, peas over here, I think. No label, so I don't know. We added some of the leaf mulch on top here to keep the weeds at bay, and as you can see, it's doing pretty good at keeping them gone. Over here, we've got some little tiny ones. These were just planted. Those are doing pretty well. There's a whole row. And then some other ones. I think these were all direct sown. And then we've also got some weeds in there. I don't know that Courtney got to the mulching yet, because this other one's like half mulched over here. But got our peas that are growing. Some of them are finding the trellis, some aren't. So we've put some ties in to kind of help them find the trellis. And every day we come out, try to reattach them to it. These are looking good. The cabbage is like, I don't know. We've only got 3 left. We got one here, we got one there, one way down there. The rest, meh. Over here we have our radishes, so we've got one there, one there. Looks like we have some other things coming up here. Over here we have some more radish. Those are actually doing really well, a whole row of them. And then this row here was onion, so we have some right here. Another one there. One kind of right there. And then over here, it's like more radish. And then right here, this is Robbie's row of Swiss chard, and that's coming up really well. It's actually doing probably the best of all the things we've got so far. Good job, Robbie. These were the things we first planted. Looks like these here are getting there. They're growing up the trellis a bit, finding it. Those are growing up the trellis a little bit. Same there. This stuff here is getting there. This is all stuff we just kind of planted in the middle, companion planted with the peas. You guys remember this? That's what kind of allows us to do it. Although I don't know that the most efficient way to grow your peas is 3 pea plants, but we're trying it. These guys are doing pretty well, although you can see they're definitely getting eaten by somebody or something. And then the other ones didn't quite make it. We got a little one here kind of coming back from being eaten, and then this one, that's gone. These guys over here are coming up. Those are our what, Brussels sprouts, Romanesco. What's this? These are our cauliflowers. I don't know that we have a whole lot of cauliflower left, to be honest. Got one right here that's still surviving. One little guy. I think maybe another one right here. I don't know what this is. This looks like something that just got dropped in. Let's take a look, see if we got any taters. This would be, what, week 2? So let's see what we have coming up. I took a look the other day and I didn't have anything. I was getting kind of disappointed. In this big box here, I didn't have anything, but I'm looking and I think I see one. Now in this box, I planted one in each corner, okay? And then one in the middle, so there's 5. And I see one coming up right there. It's actually 2 little plants coming up. Over here, I don't see any. Over here, yeah, nothing. Right there, nothing. And nothing in the middle. So we got one in that one. I got one coming up in this box, or this bucket right there, if you can kind of see it. And I only planted one in there, so that's good. Nothing in that bucket. And these, I planted like 1 or 2 potatoes depending. And I got one plant right there, nice and green. So that's good. Nothing else. In this one, let's see, nothing. Nothing in that box yet. Over here, we don't have anything in that pot. Not that I can see. Yeah, nothing coming up there. Nothing coming up in there. And nothing coming up in there. So it looks like we got to be a little bit more patient on the potatoes. The good news is things are coming up, which is fantastic. Bad news is not all of them. But, you know, that's kind of how gardening goes. Patience is key. And then it's work. Yeah. Work, followed by patience, followed by work. And probably more patience. Our strawberry plants are coming up. They're looking pretty good. We actually have them in the garden stock planters, because at some point we'll just stack them back on top of each other. But as of right now, we only had enough to put in 2. It didn't make a whole lot of sense to stack them on top of each other. So we just separated them, put them by themselves, and call it a day. I put these nice, pretty solar lights for Courtney. A lot of times when we finish for the day, it's nighttime, so we're coming out and covering up things or doing whatever we need to do at night. So it's nice to have a little bit of light to kind of help us out. Oh, a new goat. Oh my gosh. Where did you come from? Oh wait, you're metal. Everybody's got to have a metal goat, right? Over here, we've just got some lettuce mixes in the greenhouse growing. They're in pots. They're doing pretty well. I don't know if we're replanting those or not. I think this was actually an experiment for the girls. The girls have planted these. And they're coming up, so, you know, whatever. Doing really well in here. Over here we have some plants that are doing fairly well. They're in bigger pots. They're gonna have to get moved outside at some point. Our herb garden is struggling a little bit. I think it's just a bit cold out here for them. Over here, I think these are, what, some squashes or zucchinis or something like that. These are some gold honey bears. So they're doing well. And look folks, what's that in there? Hanging out in our greenhouse. Can you see it? You see it? What is that? Believe it or not, we get a lot of honeybees that fly in this greenhouse, which is good and bad. It's good because, you know, they're coming in and they're helping with that pollination, but it's bad because they can get stuck in here. We've had a lot of bugs flying here and they get stuck, and I don't want them to get stuck to the point where they can't get out. That's probably not good. We don't have a lot out here in the greenhouse right now. That's mainly because it's still really cold at night, and a lot of these things that we're growing aren't great in the cold, and we want to try to keep the temperatures as consistent as we can. So when the overnight temperatures are staying above 40, or at least 45, then we'll get more out here, because during the day we can do a little bit more. We can vent the greenhouse. I have a fan in here. I'll have to actually show you this in a different video, but I've got a solar kit over here. I have 4 solar panels that generate about 100 watts that charge a battery down here in the box, and then go through the charge controller and then an inverter, power inverter. And all this is really just to power a fan. It does a little bit more than that. We do have a light as well up here. I'd like to generate more power. I need another battery, I think. And it was really just an experiment. I had the solar kit just laying around. I wanted to use it a long time ago for the chicken coop. Figured, let's try it out here in the greenhouse. We need a fan anyway. But that's sort of what my point is we're new to the greenhouse situation, and we need to figure out how to properly vent the greenhouse. We can't heat it yet. I would like to get some like black barrels filled with water that would kind of give us passive heat overnight. You know, they would heat up, the water would get to a certain temperature, and then overnight it would release its heat inside the greenhouse, and then, you know, bring those temperatures up from, you know, maybe 40 or so degrees. If we can get it 10 degrees out of it, that would be fantastic. But not sure if you remember this, but a long time ago, Courtney said I needed to make her a potting bench. I made it, and it sort of disappeared in the abyss of our yard of projects that I had to do that never got used. Well, it's now in the greenhouse, folks, and it's awesome for her. I even hooked up some tool space. Look at that. This sink right here that the cat's using as a bed eventually will go up here. I'll cut a hole in this, and the sink will set right inside of it. It'll be fantastic. But yeah, oh, Courtney asked me to bring these in. We've got a lot of repotting to do today, since today is a rainy day. It's a perfect day to go down into the basement and get a lot of that done. Close this back up. We've talked at length about loving to garden from our deck, and we have not abandoned that at all. It's actually kind of nice because I'm on the deck, the garden's over there, and our deck garden is up here. So what do we got going on over here? This is a lettuce mix. It's doing fantastic. Everything's growing. We've got some stuff coming up from last year here, which is awesome. We didn't have to do anything for that. It just comes up. Down below the deck, down here, not in this thing, but below it, we've got a whole bunch of mint growing. Our green stalks are looking fantastic. We've got all kinds of things coming up there on both sides. Love it. Yep. We have definitely not given up on our deck garden. That is going to forever be a main staple. I did want to show you the mess that I'm creating next to our deck. Our deck is an ongoing project, debacle struggle, so to speak. A while ago, I built the deck, put it in, and didn't really do a whole lot with everything around the deck, which was, you know, poor planning. Plus, like everything under the deck, the dogs go under there, dig it out, whatever. It's a mess, and I want to, you know, pretty it up, clean it up, whatever. Mowing next to the deck, because it's such an incline, has been very difficult. So I'm trying to solve a little bit of that problem. Check this out. Look at that, folks. Yeah. A tiered garden, sort of. Got to this point, there's a giant boulder right there and right there that I gotta figure out what to do with, but it's getting there, and it's gonna help hide this mess under there, which I haven't fixed yet. The plan is to put some edibles in here and also some perennial plants or bushes or something to just kind of hide that whole area below the deck. But we definitely want to continue to plant edibles wherever we can. I mean, if you're going to plant things where things grow, try to also plant edibles. Edibles are pretty too, so plant them. Strawberry plants, lettuces, herbs, whatever. Just be careful, because sometimes they take everything over. Remember that mint I was talking about? Whew, I almost slipped and fell. Look at this. This is a wood pile, sort of. You can kind of see. We got some wood under here drying, but right there, that's mint. That's not where we planted the mint, believe it or not. We actually planted the mint up there in a hanging pot that seeded down here. It's fine, I don't really care. We're gonna keep it there. It's growing, and we could use it. And honestly, it hides that mess at the bottom of the deck, so. All right, folks, well, it's a rainy day, and I figured I'd still get out, show you the garden, show you what's going on, show you sort of what we're kind of getting around to doing. And yeah, you know, just a nice leisurely stroll around the property, taking a look at some plants. Thank you all for joining in. Make sure to make a comment below, give us a like, and if you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button. We are close to 10,000 subscribers. Woo, I cannot believe it. So awesome. We are going to hit our 3-year mark in August. So to be almost at 10,000 before we get to that mark is fantastic. So thank all of you. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. You are all beautiful, fantastic people, and we love you for being here with us. Have a great day, folks.